Hey, it's 4Leaf, and in this video, I'm going to be going over how to loot the chalets at Lighthouse as well as the swamp area. I'm going to be going over things like how to extract the map, as well as how to approach from which spawn point that you get to the swamp area or chalets. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope it helps you out in future raids. Anyway, let's get right to it. So first thing first, let's talk about spawn points. I'm going to show you the 3 best spawn points that you can have for doing this route. Again, remember, we are looting everything within this region right here. This is going to be the whole swamp region. The 3 best spawn points are obviously going to be these 3. They're going to allow you to be the closest to the loot and where you got to be when it comes to looting the chalets, the swamp area. One side note that I'd like to point out, what I would typically do if I get shafted with like one of these beach spawns, which just really sucks, or even here actually isn't the worst, but it's still not the best. So with these beach spawns in particular, I like to keep an SJ6 with me, just so I can quickly go up to these rocks, quickly get up in there. And it's just kind of the unfortunate reality. If you do get this spawn, it sucks, but you gotta make do with what you got. Other side note that I'd like to point out is these 2 spawns right here. The spawn up top here, sometimes if these people backtrack to go to the swamp, you're gonna catch an easy kill right off the bat. If you spawn here before, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but just beware of that, especially if you spawn here. Be super aware of the person up on the hill. Honestly, the 3 best extracts, if you can do it, are going to be Path to Shoreline and Southern Road. Those are going to be the easiest and most accessible, depending on which way you end up flowing through the map. You know, if you flow this way, obviously you're going to go Southern Road, and vice versa if you go the other way. So just keep that in mind as well. I get it's an investment if you don't have a Red Rebel, I understand, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it for this map. It is so free. The amount of rubles you can get just extracting right here at the mountain pass with the Red Rebel and Paracord, it's unbelievable. I mean, by the time you loot the 2 chalets, you can honestly just dip out the mountain pass and be good to go. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's now get down to the ground view. I'm basically going to show you the spawn point view from the best spawn right here on the right, and what that looks like going through the map. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do every single spawn point because that would just be insanity, but I think the overview shows you well enough kind of what the mindset you need to have to get to the chalets. So starting at the best spawn point for this loot run, I'm going to be showing you the pathing I would take for all the loot in this run. Let's get right to it. So right as I approach chalet, I'll hit a little jump right here. First thing I'll check is the duffel. By the way, when you get here from that spawn point, you're absolutely the first person here. It's going to be a little while till people get to you. Anyway, you got that duffel right there when you hop in there. You got a med bag right here. Come over here. There's a high tier loot spawn in these chairs as well as on this table, like right here, this ASA, example A. Then I proceed to head up here. You can always check in there. Sometimes money, high tier loot spawn here, as well as a high tier loot spawn here. You got that there. Always check this box, by the way. It's a tech spawn, as well as this one and this one. Check this box as well. From here, I'll always check the garage. You got stuff can spawn right there, like that military cable. Go in the garage. You got your loot box or your toolbox right there. You got random ground loot here. Sometimes it's good to get low and trying to check it. Stuff can spawn on the back of that. Stuff also spawns here. Make sure you get low as well and kind of check that. You open the back of this. Sometimes stuff spawns in the back of the car. From here, I would typically go down here. I'd head right, hit this duffel right here. You got 2 weapon crates right here. And you have the theater. Now the theater can spawn an intel on these chairs, so make sure you do a clean sweep like I am right here. Stuff can spawn in this room as well. From here, I would head downstairs. Always check right there. It's a food spawn. I find sugar and stuff there all the time. I'd then come out here. Again, a rare spawn, as you see, Iridium spawns here. A Bitcoin spawn there. Pro kill, all sorts of things. And next, another rare spawn right here in the pool. As you see, a roller spawn right here. Another good spot to check. Meds can spawn up here. Always look at that. From here, I would round up this way. I would check on top of this. Make sure you walk up and really inspect it. Sometimes I find GP and Bitcoins kind of just like inside of the crate on top of it. All right, from there, you pretty much have looted the entire chalet of the higher elevation. From here, I would pretty much be cautious, by the way, coming through here. There's a lot of bush campers. I mean, I find guys in corners and stuff all the time. Just be you know, be on alert when you're on through this way. Also, a quick little side note, in front of the house is also another really good spot to loot. There is a safe right here in that top part, as well as a med bag. Not only that, but when you're heading your way out, you even got this bag right here. So now on our way to the next chalet, you're gonna make your way down this hill over here. Again, you need to be on alert here. Player scabs, especially, and players can definitely be here. You're gonna go in here. First thing I loot is this jacket right here on the right. You got random loot that can spawn on the ground here, as well as a med bag here, weapon crate here. Come this way, go upstairs. I always look in here. I typically don't find a whole lot in here, but always check in here. You can find stuff every now and then. And then here you have a intel spawn actually right here on the shelf, duffel. Come down here. You got a toolbox as well as random loot there. Always check these shelves as well. Then from out here, you head to the main house. Now at the main house, make sure you check behind the bar. Bitcoins and things of that nature can spawn behind the bar. Go in here. Always check this. Magazines with really good ammo spawn here sometimes. You got food. Even meds will spawn in these little nooks on the right. Med box there. Come out this way. Got a weapon crate. Then I'd hit here. You got a duffel on your right there. From there, I'd come up this way. So these are the USEC safe keys. You're going to need a safe key to unlock these, but they're completely worth it. You can find anything like a VPX, Coptum to Intel in these. It's 100% worth it to buy those keys, and they're super cheap. And here you have a duffel bag. So that was the first safe. Now you run over this way. You got the next safe right here. Stuff can spawn on that bottom shelf as well, so keep an eye out for that. From here, I come down. There's a box right here you can hit, as well as out here you can hit. We are going this way. There's a little grenade case there. Toolbox in here that you can hit. Honestly, from this point, you're probably really full. You could honestly, if you had the Red Rebel, probably hit extract and be fine. But for the sake of the video, we're going to go through the full length of the route. So further, if I were to full length it, I would go this way. You can loot this. Sometimes there can be rare stuff. Typically not, though. It's pretty low chance. Check inside the chairs and stuff, but it typically doesn't happen. Anyway, I go through here. Check these trampolines on the sides. There can be dry fuel and just random loot as well. And here is a kitchen. Really not a whole lot to the kitchen. Just kind of food, random spawns in there. Not a whole lot. The real next area of interest you want to get to is the swamp. So you're going to path this way. So by now, if you started from the best spawn, definitely probably would have already ran into a player, maybe in some player scavs. And by now down here, there could be looted or not. There's many times it's not too, but be aware of players. So once I'm down the hill, the first place I'm going to hit up is the hillside house key, which is right here. First, I'm going to hit the shack of the key, the shack of the house. You got this right here, nice little loot crate. Stuff can spawn on top right there, as you see. Stuff on the ground as well. Keep an eye out for that on this table. That's about all there is here. From here, I'll path over this way to the actual hillside house. Do need the hillside house key, like I said, to open this. Got stuff there, a little jacket. Rare items can spawn on these couches, on that bed. Duffel right there, obviously. And here, stuff can spawn up there, as well on the table, food. Always checking this sink, bitcoins, rollers, all sorts of gold spawns can be in there. Then I'd come out this way, then hit this gate. From here, I'd run in this way. Hit this shack up. Stuff can spawn here as well as there. Coming this way. Keck tape, all sorts of stuff can spawn on this table. Come out this way. I'd hit this house up. You got stuff that can spawn on these couches. Keep an eye for that. Stuff can also spawn in there. You have a jacket in the corner you can hit, as well as this technical crate right here. And you have a duffel upstairs, as well as a kitchen. Food and stuff can spawn here as well. Then, from looting that, I'd come over this way. This house right here is one of the better ones. It's got a nice spawn for it. So, obviously, you don't have to hop the fence. You can just run through the gate. But I'd come in this way. This door is always open, so don't think that it's open. Someone's been here. It just spawns this way. Come up this way. The only real good spot in this house, in my opinion, is going to be the tech spawn, but nothing spawn here. But GPUs, anything technical can spawn here. Coftums, stuff like that. So by this point, you have done the entire run, pretty much. You got this last shack right here that I like to hit up. Jacket, toolbox, stuff can spawn on the shelves. Well, by this point, you're loaded down. I mean, you're got a whole shitload of loot on you. You could loot these 2 extra houses, but in reality, you're not going to need to at all. I would be looking for extract at this rate. But again, if you wanted to loot them, there's this shack, and you can go in there. You know, it really isn't all that special. All the main loot you've already practically hit. So from here, I'm going to be taking Path to Shoreline, which is over this way. And that's it. That's the full entire loot run from the best spawn. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it helps you guys out in future raids. Let me know down below if you guys end up using this route and if you make millions of rubles, which I'm sure you will if you are able to execute and survive this route. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.